Utah State leading 10-7. They'll have the football to begin the second half. Let's check in with Brad Thompson, who just visited a moment ago with Mike Bobo. Brad?
Guys, Coach Bobo said he loved the response to the adversity after that pick six, the way they drove down and scored a touchdown. He wants to continue to run the football, get this game into the fourth quarter. And I asked him about him putting a coat on, perhaps long sleeves. He said, not a chance.
I was just going to say, Brad, somebody bring the man a CSU hoodie right now, at the very least. He's a Georgia kid.
Hey, he's in his space right now. He's in his space right now. He's probably feeling really warm.
Well, his team played very well in the first half. Utah State, they're accustomed to being way out in front at this point. In fact, Jordan Love, their quarterback, how many times he's played in the fourth quarter this year? 4 times. That's it. They've played 10 football games. 6 of the 10. He hasn't even seen the fourth quarter. He's had the baseball cap on, giving high fives to his buddies. Savon Scarver is back around his own 3. He's going to have a chance here from the 1. Ducks away from a man. It's got some room. Scarver with blockers. Tackled at the 48-yard line of Colorado State. He almost went the distance. We saw him do that earlier this year north of here at War Memorial Stadium in Laramie. It's Adam Prentice who saved the touchdown.
I mean, it's good effort. Everybody's coming down, hustling, but you got to stay in your lanes and stay balanced. And with his speed, I'm surprised he didn't bounce that outside. He had 2 blockers. Big return.
Half a field for Utah State. Give it to Thompson, and he is thrown for a loss. He never did lose his feet, but Caleb Smith had him for a moment and ultimately was the reason that it was a big loss on first down. I mean, you're talking about a 9-yard loss. Now Love, 4 in the route. He's going to dump it underneath, and Thompson will run out of bounds. He got about 7 or 8 of the yards back. It'll be 3rd and 12. Trey Thomas there defensively. And Sam Backer, he's a senior from Overland High School down in the Aurora area just outside of Denver.
Colorado State's done a nice job of keeping Jordan Love off balance and off schedule.
3 receivers into the boundary. Colorado State, a twist up front. They bring 4. Love, deep shots, got a man out there, but it's too short for the intended target. Number 19, Devon Tompkins. Keep in mind, Utah State is without today one of the favorite receivers of Jordan Love, Jordan Nathan, a sophomore, 23 catches coming in. He's got a concussion, so they cannot take advantage of the great field position. And they had the ball at the plus 48, and they went backwards. Where did this one go out of bounds?
Straight left almost, Drew.
Yeah, Heinz has really struggled today punting the football. 35-yard line, that's a punt of 15 yards. Well, officially they're going to say a punt of 14 yards, and that was not Heinz, that was Zach Lee punting there. He had only 4 punts coming in. Matt Wells wants to know what happened.
And he's trying to explain. Just listen, bad punt, man. Yeah. You can't explain that. It's just a bad punt.
Yeah, there's just no explanation there. None that will appease his head coach. Adley I, Colin Hill pointing out the Mike Backer. Izzy Matthews, not much. Getting there first was Gage Ferguson. Right on the line of scrimmage, Gage Ferguson, one of the safeties, senior from Mendon, Utah. Colin Hill had an extraordinary first half, 14 out of 17 throwing the football.
I mean, it's not even close. Jordan Love hasn't looked like himself at all.
Under 500, excuse me, under 50% throwing the football.
That's that baseball Freudian slip right there.
Exactly. Deep shot. Olabisi Johnson again with an adjustment. Inbounds at the 42 of Utah State. DJ Williams got turned around. That's a pickup of 22.
Usually you think about these underthrown back shoulder balls, and he's not able to step all the way in, but stands in there. Think about these back shoulder throws. You think about the 6'5" guy, but look at Olabisi Johnson. That's a catch. That right foot is down without question. The right foot was down without question.
They're going to go take a look at it.
Watch the right foot come down right there. Ball doesn't come out. Watch the right foot right there. And that's.
And you know what? That would have been good in the NFL. I think the left foot.
It's close to the line. There's a right down. Left is close.
But again, college just got to get one down. He had the football secured. Tim England, replay official, will give word downstairs. And if it holds, again, it's an advance of 22. And it'll put Olabisi Johnson over 100 yards receiving. 6 catches, 102 yards, assuming that holds up. BC Johnson's one of the leaders on this Colorado State team. And it can't all be from the coaching staff when you've had adversity. 3-7 for Colorado State coming in. And you expect your seniors, or in the case of Adam Prentice, one of the leaders who's just a sophomore, to step forward and keep things together. And all we heard this week was that they had a very spirited week of practice after the blowout loss in Reno last Saturday.
I think the guys are still on message and on task. It hasn't.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as called. First down.
It hasn't always gone their way, but you still see guys playing hard and trying to get better.
One of the first things that Bobo did this week, Coach Bobo had his video team put together clips of last year's victory for Colorado State over Utah State. And he put together clips involving guys who were still there against Utah State players who were still there. He said, hey, look, we're the same team. Here's a bunch of you guys making plays against a bunch of their guys. Yeah, they come in, they're 13th ranked in the country in one poll, 14th in another. We beat them last year, and you all are the reason.
You guys aren't. Isn't that you? I mean, pointing the guy. Isn't that you making that play, making that block? Believe it. Have confidence, and I think that's what this team has lacked, is the confidence. Have confidence. Very talented team. Trying to gain that swagger back.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Plus 39-yard line for Colorado State. 3 minutes into the third quarter. 10-7 Utah State. 4 coming. Hill under pressure for the first time. Steps up, and it's dropped. It would have been a first down. Dropped by Izzy Matthews. He had room to run.
It's point blank. And this, I mean, listen, this is a tough throw for Izzy as well to handle, because he's standing right in the front. Great job of avoiding the pressure, stepping through. Comes off a little hot, but he's trying to turn his head and look upfield first before he secures the catch.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7. See if Utah State brings pressure here. They do. They bring 6. Hill stands in, complete, first down. What a catch in traffic by Warren Jackson.
Man, listen, you got to get this guy more touches. I mean, that's a physical play here. He knows he's going to take a shot. Good job standing in there by Colin Hill.
And again, that O-line picked up the blitz.
And it just shows you Colin Hill gaining in confidence. He stood right in there. And made the throw.
Matthews steps into the secondary. Izzy Matthews for a dozen. Another first down for Colorado State inside the 20 of Utah State. David Woodward had to make the tackle along with Jontrell Rockamore, but too far down the field for the Aggies.
It's an outside zone play, and he's able to cut it all the way back to the other side of the field just by having the vision. And it also shows you that those offensive linemen are staying attached on their guy, running them down the line of scrimmage, enabling that cutback.
They run a delay, and Izzy Matthews. Look at this, the pile's moving. It's still moving. That should have been a no gain. Instead, it's going to be about a 6-yard advance for Matthews.
He hit the XX button on the PlayStation.
Is that what he did?
That's what he did. As soon as he, watch how fast this spin move happens in a short area. And there's penetration up inside, and whoop! Chris Jansen with the whiff. Well, that's a good move, and then they just push the pile along. Chase Christiansen unblocked, not ready to tackle in the backfield.
High formation on 2nd and 4. CSU keeps it on the ground, and Izzy Matthews will get a couple. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2. Colin Hill over 200 yards throwing. More South Carolina to Fort Collins, Colorado. You know, in high school, he had offers from Marshall and Colorado State early on. University of South Carolina got in on him a little bit later on, but he'd already made his decision to go west. Pressure coming, Hill steps in and incomplete. Then a flag, a late flag. That'll be interference. Warren Jackson, and Wade may have gotten there early.
Yeah, the left arm wrap before the throw gets there. I tell you, now that you've run Jackson on 3 of those inside cut routes, you might be able to get him right up the seam, over the top.
Sluggo.
Absolutely, right in the slot.
Pass interference, number 4, defense. That penalty be enforced at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
It'll be 1st and goal for Colorado State at the 5.
Right there, you see the left arm wraps.
And it was a good call. They actually placed the ball slightly outside the 6. 9:03 to go, 3rd quarter. Matthews and Prentice. Hill out of the gun. Toward the end zone, back shoulder, and he missed Jackson there.
Just threw it too low. Got to give him a chance. Give him a chance.
It's really an indefensible.
You can't do anything
route.
about it. The ball's going to get there. You just got to throw it up where he can get to it. That's a little too low. And there is a steady wind blowing across the field. Ball just kind of got away from Colin on that throw.
Williams to the top. BC Johnson in the slot on 2nd and goal. They'll go on the ground. Izzy Matthews will get inside the 2. Jontrell Rockamore, converted safety to a linebacker, number 3, made the tackle.
That's a great cut. Good job of having some sweet feet right there from Izzy Matthews.
Colorado State's going to go with a heavy formation. They bring in 2 tights here. Play number 12 of this drive. It's so strange to see it snap under center in college football out of the I formation. You feel like you're watching football from 20 years ago. Toss sweep, Matthews nowhere. He is blown up.
Woodward.
Utah State.
That play should have been.
David Woodward got there. Devon Anderson. Loss of 2. And Colorado State will have to settle for 3.
Don't chase guys behind the play, and that shows you inexperience in the offensive line. Watch the left side chase guys behind the play when your backers are shooting. Don't chase guys. It's an outside toss, and you got guys turning back inside trying to chase guys on the other side. That's wow.
So Wyatt Bryant will try to tie it up. 22-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is through. We're tied at 10. So Utah State did a nice job after a 1st and goal at the 6, preventing the touchdown. Tied at 10 in the 3rd quarter in Fort Collins. And those that have come have been rewarded for CSU. They have played a very good football game against one of the top teams in college football. Today's game summary brought to you by Ace Hardware. Jordan Love has had a spectacular year. 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions coming in. And you look what he's done the last 8 games. Almost a 70% completion rate. Numbers off the charts. Today, though, just 64 yards set, and he's below 50% throwing the rock.
Well, you got to give the Rams credit, man. They put pressure. They've made him uncomfortable, taking him off schedule. They haven't been able to win 1st down.
CSU goes with a pooch kick. They said, you know what, Scarver, you're not touching it. So a fair catch at the 31-yard line by the backup tight end, Carson Terrell. Utah State, they usually score quick. Today they haven't scored on offense other than a field goal. They've had the football for only 10 minutes and a second. Colorado State has had it for 27+ minutes.
Slow the game down. That's what the Rams have been able to do, and their defense has been up for the challenge.
Here's Bright, and he'll get just a couple of yards, that's all. Colorado State rallying to the football. Kind of finishing them off was Jamal Hicks. Darius Campbell was there. 55's always there. Josh Watson. 2nd and 8. Love's got a screen set up. And Bright breaks a tackle. And across the 40-yard line. Should be enough for a 1st down for Gerald Bright. Junior from Pensacola, Florida. Escambia High School.
Livingston Pagofi down.
Pagofi, a sophomore D tackle from Arlington, Texas. We'll take a break. 10-10, 7:01 to go, 3rd quarter. Mountain West football on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Peterson Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cards made easy. And by Maaco. Visit your local Maaco and turn the car you drive into the car you love. First and 10 for Utah State. Gerald Bright. And a quick throw. Jalen Green with his first catch, and he'll get a dozen yards. 1st down into Colorado State territory. In front of Dejan Owens. First catch for the Southern Cal transfer, Jalen Green. On the ground and finding an opening is Bright, and he gets 9. And this is more like the Utah State offense. Big chunks of yardage.
Chunks of yardage, 7, 8, 9 yards. Getting into a little flow, a little rhythm.
And into the secondary, 1st down to the 29-yard line. Think about this, folks. Utah State, they've already broken a ton of school records. 66 touchdowns, 513 points coming in. They have 65 plays this year of 20-plus yards. Here's an RPO, and that'll go for a first down. On the catch and run by DJ Nelson.
This is almost unfair right there, where you get your quarterback out on the zone read and you think you got him.
David Yost getting in a rhythm, calling plays, the outstanding offensive coordinator for the Aggies. Now they go back to the ground, and a couple of yards for Darwin Thompson. He's one of my favorite coordinators in the Mountain West. He's fun to visit with. He's always honest. He's always very candid. He's entertaining, thorough in his explanations. And I tell you what, coming down on Saturday, he is really good on that call sheet.
Unlike you and I, he's got great hair as well.
Well, you know, he has passed us in that department, hasn't he? Second and 6, and stopped right around the line of scrimmage is Darwin Thompson. Penetration from Damon Dickens. Damon Dickens got there first, so now it's 3rd and 6 for Utah State. Trips to the top.
You've got plenty of room up top to run a bubble screen if you want it. They're going to motion out of the formation.
Well, Coach Jancik's defense today for Colorado State has done a good job lining up.
They have, being ready. Scarver matched up one-on-one up top.
Love's got time, and it's complete right near the sticks to Tarver. I think he's going to be just short. And where they're spotting the football, he's going to be short by a guesstimate of a couple of yards, or excuse me, a couple of feet. Now what do you do if you're Matt Wells? Well, he's made a decision. He's bringing in his field goal unit. And Eberle to try to take the lead back. It'll be a kick of 27 yards. And Eberle, perfect. 13-10 Utah State. 4:03 to go. Quarter number 3 at Fort Collins. Utah State with an impressive drive, but they got only 3 as Colorado State was able to limit Utah State to the 26-yard field goal from Eberle. So 13-10, number 14 Utah State, as we check in with Brad Thompson down on the sideline. Brad?
Guys, Trey McBride, number 85 tight end for the Rams, has clearly been the vocal leader down here on the sideline. He's been talking to the offensive line and the skill guys. He's got great energy. He's really encouraging his guys. It's impressive to see a freshman be so vocal.
Yeah, he's a true freshman, not even a red shirt. Goes into the end zone, so Colorado State off the touchback. If you look at McBride, his brother Toby been hurt a lot the last 2 years, had a back injury, practicing again the last month. He's a defensive end, and we heard from Coach Bobo and we heard from several others, they can't block him, and they can't wait till he comes back for next year.
He's wrecking play. He's ruining practice. Ruining practice. Got to get him out because he's unblockable.
Well, you know what Coach Bobo referenced it to? He said, it reminds me when David Pollock was at Georgia, the All-American. He said we couldn't block him, and he would wreck practice, and that's really what's been happening of late as Toby McBride has been disruptive in practice. Cameron Haney comes up and throws Izzy Matthews for a 3-yard loss.
Marcus McElroy.
Actually, McElroy, let me correct that. Now Marvin Kinsey comes into the backfield. 2nd and 13. Three and a half to go, clock moving, 3rd quarter.
This has been the go-to guy along with B.C. Johnson. Great ball handling.
Butler makes the catch, but well defended. Tipa Nalei made the tackle. So it'll set up 3rd down and about 8. You know, if you're wondering, if you're an Aggie fan or you're just a college football fan, you're wondering, boy, you have the most prolific offense in college football. It's 4th down and about 2 feet to go, and Coach Wells immediately sent his field goal unit out there. One, you understand it's take the lead, but you may say, well, why wouldn't they go? What did he tell Brad Thompson at halftime? He said, you know what, we're going to win this on defense today.
And run the ball. We're going to run the ball and win it on defense.
Showing pressure up front, they bring 6. Hill hangs in, and it is intercepted. And this one's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Jontrell Rockamore. 2nd pick 6 today for Utah State. 32-yard interception return for the senior from McKinney, Texas. Both off of deflections. Win it with defense. Did we just say that?
Just said it. I mean, that's deflating gut punch right there.
Well, you had
For
pressure,
Rams,
back foot throw.
But you know it's pressure. Sometimes those routes got to get going a little quicker. Sometimes those routes have to get going a little quicker. But he stands in there as long as possible. Watch the inside in cut route. It takes a little bit too long.
Yeah, he was just behind him. He actually had him.
And I think he was throwing it to where he thought he would turn and be. But keep in mind, that's an in-cutting route.
3rd interception this year for Jontrell Rockamore. What a story. Rockamore is a 3-time academic All-Mountain West Conference player. He's a double major in political science and sociology. So we were talking about Chris Jansen getting it done, both in the classroom and on the field. That's Jontrell Rockamore as well.
He's a guy that they didn't realize or know where to put him. He's a little undersized to be that outside backer.
He was a safety.
Right, but then you talk to Coach Patterson, and he said the kid just has a knack for getting to the quarterback, for doing all those little things, understanding coverage. We just got to get him on the field.
Here's Hawkins, and Anthony Hawkins has got room. Anthony Hawkins with a flag down, still going to the 37-yard line. 2 flags down. This one's coming back. Hawkins just realizing it now as he looked to his left.
Look at all the Utah State D linemen out there just waving them back down the field.
Come on down here.
Come on back. It's on.
During the return hold, number 86, return team. Half the distance to the goal, 1st down, Colorado State.
Well, we said this in the first half. Colorado State and Colin Hill, they were in a goal-to-go situation. You had a deflection and a pick by Aaron Wade, and it went 95 yards the other way to make it 10-0. You say, well, what will Colorado State do? Will they fold up? They've had a tough year. They didn't. They responded with an 80-yard touchdown drive. It's now the same situation here with 2:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. They're still very much in this game, but you got to respond here on offense.
You have to. We'll find out a lot right now about where the mindset is of this offense.
Snow intensifying. Izzy Matthews gets a block. Izzy Matthews will get 8. Wrapped up by Chris Jansen.
I like it. This way you play ahead of the chains. You don't allow Utah State to do what they do well, which is get you in 3rd and long and put pressure on you.
Utah State leads the nation in forced turnovers coming in with 26. They have now scored 11 non-offensive touchdowns this year. They haven't scored on offense today, which is remarkable in itself. 1st down carry to the 25-yard line. Chris Jansen making the tackle on Matthews.
That's smash mouth football. I love it. Getting the big guys up front going. Staying patient. Plenty of time in this game, Drew. Staying patient.
BC Johnson to the top, Preston Williams, and we'll see if that's offside or a false start.
Offside, number 44. Defense with contact. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Fua Leilua. And if you're 290 pounds and you move, everybody sees you.
It's hard to stop.
Yeah, it's hard to stop.
It's hard to stop 250.
And they can see you 2 counties away. That's me, and yes, I'm in the neutral zone. So 1st and 5. Bill's got time, all kinds of time. Now throwing a home run ball, and it is dropped out there. Chance for Preston Williams. DJ Williams may have helped rip it out. There's a flag in the secondary. It's a double move. It may be one of those holds, defensive holding.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Preston Williams, that's not what you want to see if you root for the Rams.
One of these sluggo routes from the backside. He throws
it
just to give him a chance, but when he comes down with the ball from the catch or trying to make the catch, they get tangled up.
Now the question is it one of those deals he can walk off? From the 40, Hill laid pressure. And he'll smartly throw it away. BC Johnson in the neighborhood, 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Well, you know what? When you're young, you recover and heal quickly. He's back in the huddle.
Really fast, huh?
Yeah. Superman. McElroy back in. Behind Adam Prentice in the eye on 2nd and 10. Not much. Honestly, is David Woodward going to be involved in that tackle? Let me see. Is he the last guy out? Of course he is. You know what? That is. You ready? You ready for this? That's 18 tackles he's been involved in today, number 9.
That is incredible. Incredible. For a guy 235, he carries it extremely well. Looks long,
he's a narrow-waisted guy. You'd never say that guy's 235 pounds. And he didn't run like he's 235. Utah State, as we head to the final chapter at Fort Collins, are up 10.